Hey guys, welcome back to MarkDillon.xxx. So I'm still here in New York, having a blast, a lot of fun. I have a couple really good friends here, which is making it just an amazing trip, and not to mention it's one of my favorite cities. So lots of great meals, lots of good times with friends, and so many hot boys too. All right, so I've got a lot of questions to get to tonight, some really good ones actually. So let's get started. All right, this first one is from Josh. He says, it was mentioned in another video that you don't do drugs. What about poppers? Do you not use poppers even when shooting scenes? If not, what tips or tricks do you employ to handle long bottoming scenes when filming porn? Josh, I've done poppers before, but I don't particularly care for them. They just gave me a headache. Um, yeah, I've never done a drug in my life. Never smoked marijuana. Never tried anything. I've never even smoked a cigarette in my life, and yeah, I'm. As far as my own life, I'm very anti-drug. I never wanted to do it. Never had any interest in it. I don't really hang around very many people who are um, really into that kind of stuff. But again, I don't really judge people who do it either. I focus more on kind of managing my own life, and I always say, I'm going to make enough stupid mistakes on my own. I don't need the help of drugs or drinking to help me along with making any extra ones. As far as poppers, and does that help me get through? I've never actually seen anybody use poppers on a porn set. Um, what tips or tricks do I have for long bottoming sessions? I don't really have any. There's nothing kind of out of the ordinary that I do. You just take a break when you need it. That's exactly what you would do in your personal life too. You're not going to sit there and get fucked while you're very uncomfortable or sore. You take a break. You say, "Hold on a second, give me 5 minutes. Let's take a break." And that's exactly what we do on porn set. Um, it's not non-stop fucking, and also if you think about it, um, the fucking part, it's not going to be the entire length of the shoot, which can go for several hours, or up to 6-7 hours sometimes. But you've got pictures, you've got B-roll, which is all the talking and stuff that goes on, and then you've got the oral, you've got the just it's not fucking non-stop through the shoot. And actually, this is probably a naughty little secret that I shouldn't say, but not uh, all of the fucking you see on camera is actually has penetration. Some of it is just faked. Like if it's a wide shot and you can't really see the cock going in and out of the hole, sometimes that's faked. It may not even be in. So yeah, I've done poppers, but they don't do anything for me other than give me a headache, and no real secrets to long days on a porn set bottoming. Just try to take it as much as you can, and then take a break when you need to. All right, next question is from Randy. Hi Mark, I'd like to say I've enjoyed every one of your blogs. I especially love it when you stand up and flex those huge biceps. There you go, Randy. How big are they? I don't know, probably about maybe 18. I had them up to about 19 and a half at one point when I was younger, but yeah, I'd say about 18 now. And my forearms are pretty good too. All right, Randy's next question is, do you use anything while shooting to stay hard? I know there are pills out there that guys in porn use, but I can't for the life of me remember their names. Can you tell me what they are? Yeah, actually I have some right here. They're called Silver Sword. As you can see, I do take them. You can always shoot me an email through the website, and I can give you some info on how to get those. They work really good. A lot of the guys in porn take them. A lot of the studios buy them for the models. I think they're great. Also, though, whenever you're taking, and this is not just for Silver Sword in general, But any of these herbal male enhancement supplements or erection type pills, you should always use them with some caution and just assume that they may have some of the real prescription medicine in them, because a lot of these foreign companies that claim that things are all herbal or something like that, there's been so many of those kind of pills that when the FDA tests them, they find traces of Viagra or Cialis or whatever it is. So, even when you're buying something that says all herbal, when it's that type of a product, treat it like you would treat a prescription pill. If you're on any kind of medicines that may conflict with it, you want to stay away from it. You don't want to be taking multiple doses through the course of the day, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Another question from Randy. How many days a week do you lift, and what kind of supplements do you take? Well, how many days a week I lift, it does vary. I train instinctively, so I basically do kind of whatever my body is telling me. If I'm feeling really fatigued one week, after lots of hardcore training and all of that kind of stuff, I may only go into the gym 2 or 3 days the next week. If I have a lot of energy and my muscles are feeling good, there's no lingering soreness, I may go to the gym 6, 7 days in a week. So I really am a big believer in training instinctively, and kind of, you want to motivate yourself to get into the gym and all of that kind of stuff. But there are times when it's very beneficial to take a couple days off. If you have a pretty intense workout routine and you do that day in and day out, at some point the body just hits kind of a state of exhaustion and fatigue, and it needs a few days to kind of recover and repair itself and all of that stuff. So in general, I would say, about 5 days a week I'm in the gym, sometimes more and sometimes less, but let's say on average 5 days a week. As far as what supplements do I take, usually just a good protein powder. Sometimes I'll do the what do you call them? The pre-workouts that have. I'm trying to think of the one that I take. It's slipping my mind right now. But no, it just kind of gives you energy. They usually have a lot of caffeine and some other, junk in them that kind of hype you up. And those have some effect. I do feel like if I have a day where I'm feeling particularly kind of tired and I take one of those before I work out, my energy is increased, the vascularity is increased, I get a better pump. So yeah, I think a good protein powder and maybe a pre-workout boost for some energy. That's all I do. All right, next question. Let's see. All right, no name on this one. In your last video, you talked about cheating and said you could probably not forgive someone who cheated on you if you were in a relationship. How could you say to your partner that you were not cheating on them when you are performing a scene with another guy with whom you have great chemistry? If you were in a scene with a guy you were very attracted to, like a Corbin Fisher or Sean Cody model, and the two of you have great sex, what is the difference between that and if your boyfriend were to do the same? Neither of you are interested in the other person emotionally, it's just sex. I guess my question is more about what cheating really is. I personally agree with your stance, so no judgment or disagreement, just want to know. Well, that's such an easy question to answer, because if hypothetically I'm dating someone and I'm honest with them about the fact that I'm doing porn, obviously they would have to agree that that's acceptable. So whether it's porn or whether it's something else, that's by definition an open relationship. Cheating is totally different, because you are going behind the person's back. They have not been given a say as to whether they feel comfortable with that. One party cannot decide to make the relationship open. So I think it's two totally different things. Working in porn does not mean that you're cheating if you're in a relationship, as long as it's consenting between both people in the relationship. You know, I just I don't consider that cheating personally. Now, I think that you could just as easily be in porn, be in a relationship, and still cheat if you were to go out and hook up with some random guy from the bar behind your partner's back, because that's not part of what they may have agreed to. To me, I think the definition of cheating would be engaging in any romantic or sexual behavior with someone else without the consent of whoever it is you're dating. So, if there's consent, I don't care if you're out there having, an orgy in the bathhouse every night. I mean, if it's consensual and your partner knows about it and he or she is okay with it, I don't consider it cheating. But if you're not giving them the choice to say, no, I don't approve of this, this is not how I want my relationship to be, you're cheating. All right, next question. Hey Mark, I've been a fan for a while and just recently found your website. I enjoy watching your video blogs where you answer questions from your fans. I think that's great. My question is about tattoos. So many muscle guys in porn have tattoos, and in my opinion they look even hotter. How do you feel about tattoos, and do you plan on getting any? Thanks, Gary. Well, Gary, thank you for the nice comments. I'm glad you're enjoying the site. I really enjoy the interactivity of these video blogs. As far as tattoos, for me personally, I don't want them. But I think, yeah, you're right. On some guys, they look really, really hot. For a little while, I thought about like getting an armband or something going around, one of those tribal-looking things. But yeah, I've just decided I don't think a tattoo would be right for me. I've seen some guys where they look totally hot, and you're like, wow, that's so sexy. And then I've seen other guys where you're like, oh my God, that's just a disaster. It looks terrible. But again, whether it looks terrible to me or anybody else, if that person is happy with their tattoo, that's all that matters. Next question. What's it like being on Grindr and being a porn star? I'd imagine you'd have your pick of everyone. How does a guy catch your eye? Do you have a type? Muscle, twinks, bears, or is it all good? Actually, being on Grindr and using a face picture can be a catch-22. You can get some more attention. You can get more attention because of it. Then you also have a lot of people who message you and accuse you of being fake, or it's almost impossible to convince them that you're the real person, or they tell you, they want you to jump through a million hoops to prove that it's you, and they say, go to a mirror and write this note on the piece of paper and hold it up. And I always tell them, I'm like, look, nobody's ass or nobody's dick is worth me jumping through that many hoops for. I'm like, it's me. I have no reason to use a fake picture. I can send you a bunch of other pictures that are not online anywhere. But I'm not going to run around like to every mirror in the house from different angles and holding up 2 fingers and then 3 fingers and that kind of crazy shit. So, but no, it does have its advantages, because there are a lot of guys that just think that it would be cool to hook up with somebody who's in porn, which personally I don't see the logic in, because some of the hottest sex I've ever had has not been with people who are in porn. So. But yeah, it does get you some extra attention. As far as do I have a type, I guess if I had to pick my favorite type, it would be like your average Sean Cody or Corbin Fisher model. I love kind of the young, athletic, collegiate type. I just think those guys are so sexy, and that's always been kind of my type, like jocks, frat boys. Athletic looking. I don't mind some muscle. There's some really cute muscle boys out there, which I like too. I've always had a thing for twinks. I really think some twinks are just so cute and sexy. Some are not though. Like, it all depends on the person, of course. Not so much into bears. That's not really my thing. Not that there's anything wrong with hairy guys or bigger guys, but that's not my particular type. All right. Let's see. Next question. Hi, my boyfriend and I just found your work and instantly became fans. The other day, my boyfriend and I came upon your work, and one that stood out the most was a movie with Mitch Vaughn. My boyfriend keeps suggesting we do some of the stuff in the video. I'm not sure if there are any dangers associated with it. For example, the part where you keep tasting the butt plug and stuff like that. I mean, he really wants to do it, and I say, why not if it's a one-time thing? It won't hurt anybody. I just want to know, how do you get ready for something like that, and if there are any chances of getting sick. Anyways, thanks, and we are huge fans. Alright, well, I think what you're referring to, first of all, the video is called Fuck Me Harder, which you can watch the trailer elsewhere on my site. If you look at my collection of my own scenes on the website, you'll find the trailer for that. It's called Fuck Me Harder. And the actual act that you're referring to is ATM, or ass to mouth, and that kind of thing. So without, you need to be really, really clean down there. I mean, that goes without saying. You want to kind of be mindful of what you eat the day before. You want to really thoroughly clean out, and clean out a second time, and make sure you're good and spotless. And you see ass to mouth in a lot of porn, especially straight porn. You see it in gay porn. I know a lot of guys who really like it. They do it in their personal lives. And in my personal opinion, I think if things are really good and clean down there, you should be fine. But keep in mind, if you asked, is there a chance of getting sick? Well, of course, there's always a chance. Anytime you don't practice really, really, really safe sex. Where everything is done kind of according to the Mayo Clinic, or whatever they suggest. There is a risk. There's probably some bacterial things you could get, but it's never happened to me. It's never happened to anybody I know personally that's done it. So I think you'd be fine. Go ahead and experiment a little bit, and let your boyfriend have a good time. I'm glad you enjoyed that video, by the way. That was a really good one, and Mitch Vaughn is such a nice guy to work with. Really, really sweet. And I think that was the video that I think that was, yeah. I remember my butt was red for like maybe a day afterwards from all the spanking and flogging. There's been a couple videos that have been really kind of rough that I've done, but I think that's the one, because I remember my butt was like really red and sore after all that flogging. But it was really fun, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Alright guys, well, that's it for tonight. We've covered some interesting things, everything from ass to mouth, to cheating, to poppers, to a little workout advice. So keep in mind, I love answering you guys' questions, so send me some more. Anything you'd like my opinion on, or a question you want to ask, or just a topic that you'd like to bring up, send it my way, and I really enjoy hearing from you. So thanks again. Thanks for visiting markdillon.xxx, and see you next time. Bye guys.